Excuse me, waiter. Can I have a double? Thank you.
We're closed, Frank. We're closed.
Oh, okay.
A martini, please.
Shaken. All right, we'll give it another minute and then we'll get going here. I know some folks may be coming in. Just got to keep an eye on the intros there. Oh, I see. When I'm directly in the Zoom, I can see and hear the music too. But when I was going to the roster of people in here, there's no audio in there. I get it. Okay. Now I need an intro for Mondays, Kane. Let's get working on it.
It's all about the timing, Frank. Time is gold.
I think I'm gonna have the music. I'm not gonna take it. There you go.
Okay.
Something aggressive. Because it's contracts.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Kane.
All right.
If folks come in, no worries, but these good people, they're ready to get there and learn on.
For sure. Let me actually cut the party short. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Tech Tuesday. My name is KvCore CRM, and I am your host as usual. I made a few changes. I made a little presentation for you guys. I think it'll be better. It'll be much better moving forward to illustrate everything I talk about. And let's see, people are joining the room. By the way, welcome to all the new guys. Hopefully you enjoy these. Very, very good meetings. Let me go back real quick. Yeah, so I built up a little presentation. Moving forward, I'll try to make these as interactive as possible. Gonna go to the next slide right here. We're not gonna waste any time. I did wanna also announce that I'll be able to automatically share whenever I post videos on the topics we talk about. If you go ahead and scan this QR code or text Tuesday to my smart number, or you can email me directly, I'll be able to enroll you in a email list that'll, send out cool notifications or cool tips that you need to know of that will help you in your real estate business, help you manage your leads better. Pretty much everything we talk about here, but in a shorter format or just quick need to knows. And FYI, if you follow any of these instructions right here on the screen, it's basically going to take you to my KvCore website. And I built this cool little landing page just for us. By signing up right here, you'll be able to, get notified when videos go live. In case you cannot attend any of these, or you need to leave early, you'll be able to recap and, get that straight to your inbox. Just like I mentioned, also, I can send you cool little newsletters with need to know tips on KvCore, anything new and useful that you might need to know, stuff about the CRMLS, eProperty Watch, etc. A bunch of cool apps out there. There's a lot to talk about, and this is another way for you guys to stay resourceful and in the know. Also, by signing up through this, you'll be able to receive, Zoom reminders before we go live. If there's a surprise meeting, something exciting, you'll be able to receive that in your inbox as well. Just overall, just to stay in the loop and be as informed as possible. So this is where that link will take you. Okay, I'm actually going to put this in the chat also. So instead of having to scan this or text this, you'll also be able to just go ahead and click on that link and make that happen right away. Let's see. I can't open the chat for some reason. That's interesting. Cool. Well, I'll try and post this in the chat by the end of the meeting. I don't know why my chat does not work right now, but you can scan this QR code or just take a picture of this if you're on your computer. And at the end of the meeting, I'll go over this one more time. But yeah, so this is a cool little thing I wanted to announce so that you can stay in the know. Okay. All right. So before we get started, obviously, like I always say, you can interrupt me at any time. You can raise your hand to ask a question, or you can put things in the chat. I will check periodically. I will also be able to, got one more joining. I want to make these meetings as interactive and as engaging as possible. And I feel like that's the best way we can all learn together by, participating, engaging, and just making it a fun meeting all around. And I'll be able to put polls on the screen. Depending on your version of Zoom, you might or might not be able to do this. So I encourage you guys to update your Zoom app if you're using it on the phone, or you update the desktop app if you're using it on a computer. But you'll be able to see polls on the screen with questions that I pre-write, and you can answer them anonymously. No one's name is going to pop up or anything. And it's a good way for me to also know if you guys are, understanding what I'm saying, if I'm moving too fast, or, it's a good way for me to gauge if what I'm talking about is being received properly. Okay. And obviously, like we always mention, these meetings are recorded. You can always rewatch them on YouTube. If you can't attend, or you would like to review the topics we talk about at your own pace. Okay, and the YouTube channel, also, I will post it in the chat if my chat decides to work, okay? But I'll put all of that on in the chat very shortly. All right. So before we get started, I don't know if this will work actually. I'm going to launch a poll right now. You should see something on your screen. And this is just for me to gauge what kind of devices you use to run your business, or just in general. Do you use an Apple device? Do you use an Android device? You'll be able to answer that here on the screen. And that way, moving forward, whenever I do these Tech Tuesdays, you'll be able to see content tailored more towards you, or maybe depending on the device you use, I'll be able to provide support for whatever you have. It's really cool. It looks like most of you guys are able to see this, so that's really nice. We're about 60% Apple for the win, 40% Android. No worries. You guys will get there someday. All right. Thank you. So next up, this is what we will be talking about today. We'll be talking about importing your contacts into KvCore. We talked about this before, but I still get a lot of questions from you guys in regards to this. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me, especially with Android devices. I have showcased how to do this on an Apple device, which is what I use personally. And the app that I thought would work for you guys who use Android didn't end up working after all. So I went ahead and got me one of those devices so that I can show you guys today how to make that happen and import all of your contacts into KvCore and start, talking to people and nurturing your leads. Okay. So we'll be talking about that, iPhone and Android, and we'll also be talking about importing your contact from other sources. Other sources being maybe you have a dialer, another software you use, like Mojo Dialer, Redx, all that other fun stuff. Most of those programs already have ways you can export things. So we'll be talking about that really briefly too, but it's important you have all of your contacts in one place. Second, we'll be talking about creating email templates with the Advanced Editor. This is also within KvCore. It's a beautiful, very intuitive tool you can use to build amazing looking emails that you can send to your clients. It looks really daunting and scary at first, but I'll walk you guys through it. That way you can get started with you know, beautiful looking emails that you can send to your clients and maybe other agents and just, you know, look apart. You don't want to be the typical agent. You want to be the amazing agent, you know, the one that goes above and beyond. So we'll be doing that. We'll also be talking about smart campaigns, how to use the email templates that we create to include them in a smart campaign and have them automatically sent to your leads, which is very powerful in its own. Okay. And then last but not least, we'll have a little Q&A at the end. If you have any shares or any questions, obviously you can interrupt me at any time, but we have that time also to talk about other things. Okay. All right. So number one, we're going to be talking about importing our contacts into KvCore. So we'll get started with the Android section. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to show you guys step by step how to go about doing just that. If you give me one quick second here. So I have everything written on here so that when you do rewatch these, you can refer to the video and follow the step-by-step guide. This will also help anyone who was not able to attend this meeting to make this happen. All right. So I'm going to share my device screen. That way I can take you guys through this step by step. All right, let's see here. Share, there we go. Okay, we're gonna open up the camera and I'll actually walk you guys through this with me. That way we can all import our contacts right here on this Android device. So you're going to get this application right here. I don't know if you guys can see this actually. It's called Contact Export. It looks like this. I'll open up the Play Store and show you guys what that looks like. It looks like I'm not even signed in. I'll show the link to this once we finish with this, but this is what the app is called, Contact Export. That's literally the name for it. Once you open it up and you get it installed, you're going to see the screen. It's going to ask you if you agree to their terms and conditions. Of course we do. And then you're going to get these two options right here, import or export. Very, very simple. Looks like we got someone trying to join. Let's admit. Awesome. So very simple. Obviously, we want to export our contacts. So you'll go ahead and press export contact. It'll take you to the screen with all of your contacts. So what you're going to do is you're just going to press select all right here. You're going to press export contacts down here. You'll get greeted with this screen right here. It'll ask you to put a backup name up top. You could just put whatever. I'll just leave this. This is fine. And you're going to have to select an output folder. I've already done this, so there's already somewhere that it's going to. But I'm going to tap on it anyways. It's going to open up your phone directory. Just go ahead and choose any folder. It doesn't matter. I like to go with the documents folder. This is where it's going to save that file for you guys. Okay. So I tapped on documents and I'm just going to press use this folder right here. It's going to ask me for my permission. I'm going to allow, and I will come back to the app right here. So we want to export in a CSV format. Okay. So I'm going to press CSV because that's what KvCore wants us to upload the files as. And once you do that, you'll just press backup at the bottom. And that's 99% of the work done. Because this is a free app, you're going to see a lot of ads. So just close out of those. And once you see this, you're going to press OK. That means it's done. And go ahead and get rid of all the pop-ups. So now you'll get automatically shifted to the backup section of the app. Okay, so we were under contacts, but now we get shifted to the backup section. So what you're going to do, since this is probably going to be the first time for most of you guys, you're just going to choose your most recent backup. For me, it's up top. I'm just going to press, actually, this one has more files. It doesn't matter because I did 2 of them. You're going to make sure it's the CSV one, okay? This one's a mistake. So you'll press the 3 dots. You're going to press share right here. And then that'll bring up the ways you can share this, file. You could just put just once, it does not matter. And it'll take you to your Gmail app. And for you guys, if you're signed in, you'll just be able to email this to yourself. Okay, because I don't have an email linked to this device, it's going to ask me to log in and all that. I don't remember my password off the top of my head, but that's what it's going to do. It'll take you to your Gmail, automatically attach the file to the email, and you can go ahead and send that to yourself, and you'll receive that via email. And you can always refer to this section of the app right here to, do new backups to include all of your new contacts and export them very simply, just like this. Okay, so this in itself is going to help a lot of people because I've been getting a lot of questions about how to do this. So there you go. This is the app you can use to make that happen. It's free and it's very easy to use. And you can always refer to this video. So this is how you would export all of your contacts on Android. Okay, so I'm going to stop this share. And looks like we got more people joining. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we are going to go back to the presentation. Okay, so that is step-by-step, pretty much everything I did right there. Let me move myself over here. Yeah, this is the name of the app, Export Contacts by the App Guru. And the page for the app looks something like this. Okay, so this is that section complete. Do you guys have any questions about that whatsoever? Was any of that, did that make sense? Do you guys already have your contacts backed up from your device? Maybe not. Cool. So that's how to import on an Android device. Okay. So I'm going to put this back and we're going to go to the next section right here. So now we'll be talking about how to do the same thing, but if you have an Apple device. Okay, this could be on your iPad, it could be on your phone, obviously. So we're going to go to the iPhone. Let me go ahead and open that up for you guys. All right. Okay, so on the iPhone, you're going to look for the app. You're going to open up your app store right here, okay? You're going to look for the app called MC Backup right here up top. The application looks like this, My Contacts Backup. Okay, this is the one. I'm going to tap on it. This is what you're going to want to download. It's a free application also, and it's very easy to export your contacts using this. So I already have the app downloaded, but if you don't, go ahead and make that happen. And then you're going to open it up and you'll get greeted with this screen right here. This app is even easier than the Android devices. Okay, so if this is not
Shane,
Yeah.
sorry, your screen is still sharing. It hasn't loaded.
Oh, it has not loaded yet? Okay.
On my end, at least. Yeah, it's still saying that it's that you started screen sharing, but it's like still loading, at least on my end.
Yeah. Can anyone see this, or is it just Laura?
I see it. 1766 contacts.
Yeah. I don't know. You might need to click on something, Laura. It looks like.
Okay. Yeah.
Come back in, Laura.
Yeah, probably. You can quit and rejoin.
Yeah. Let me. Okay. Oh, there you go. Okay, I see it now. Cool.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so we just downloaded the app, we got it opened up, and then this is what you see. I didn't press anything just yet. So when you open up the application, first thing you're gonna do, don't go ahead and press export just yet. You're gonna press the settings icon at the bottom right. And once you do that, you'll get this screen. You're gonna make sure that under the type section, this is set to CSV and not vCard. I think by default, it's going to be vCard, so we don't want that, we want CSV. So make sure the bottom one is checked and not vCard. And once that's done, you're gonna press done at the top left. And then you're gonna press done one more time. And then you'll come back to the screen right here. So this total you see here is all the contacts that's in your phone. You might have more, you might have less, and depending on how many emails you have attached, it might actually be, you know, way more contacts than me if you have a lot of people in your cell phone. But once all of that's done, you're going to press the green export button. And this is going to go very quick. It'll scan through every single contact in your phone. It'll include their birthdays, their date of birth, every single thing that all the information you have on your phone pertaining to the contact app will get bundled up into a CSV file for you. Once the export is done, the button will turn into a blue button that says email. So you're going to press that, and it'll open up a little shortcut to your mail app on your iPhone where you can mail this to yourself. And as you can see, it already has the file attached for you down there, and it's a .csv file, which is exactly what we need. So make sure, I was helping another fellow agent in the group doing this, and make sure that the email under the from section is your email, and make sure it's an email that works. Okay, otherwise this is not going to work. It could be your EXP email, just any email that's in use and not an old email. Make sure that from section is populated, and then in the to section, you could put the same exact email. Okay, I'm gonna actually do it as we speak. Boom. So I'm sending it to myself, and it's coming from myself. So once you put that in there, you're gonna press send up top, and then there you go. You'll get this message afterwards. You could just press OK, and that file will be sent straight to your email. Okay, it's very, very quick. I don't know if mine already came through. There it is. So now this is in my email. You can go to your computer and download this, or you could keep it on your phone. It's up to you. But the important thing is you do get this file, because without this CSV file, you cannot do anything in KvCore. So now we've covered how to do this on Android, and we've covered how to do this on Apple devices, iOS devices. Okay, so I'm going to close out of this, and we're going to go back to the presentation. Okay. All right. So again, this is the name of the app, and you have, let me drag myself over here. You have a step-by-step explanation on how to export those right here also. Okay. All right. Do we have any questions on that at all? It looks like most of us have Apple devices according to the poll, so this might be useful for a lot of you guys.
I like my Android.
Come on, Frank. The Android team is losing. You gotta switch to the winning side. Exactly.
This is great. Thank you.
For sure. You're welcome. Let's see here. I still can't open my chat. I'm not sure why. Let me see. Oh, it might be because I'm full screen, actually. That's why. Okay. I have a question here. 1 second. Do we have to update the backup when getting new contacts? Yes, Blake. Whenever you do add new contacts to your phone, you want to make a new backup to have that be included within the file. But ideally, once you do this on your phone, moving forward, you should try and always remember to, add the contacts straight to your KvCore app. Okay. And actually, thank you for that question, because if you guys don't know, there is a KvCore application for iOS devices. And I'm sure it's the case for Android. It's probably not as cool as the Apple one, but you do have a KvCore app. And if you look at the bottom right of my phone right here, that's what the app looks like. If you don't have it, of course, open up your app store and then just go ahead and type KvCore. And then this is what you have an open house app. I'm going to cover this one of those days. It's a really cool app you can use for your open house. But the one we want is at the top, KvCore. And this is what that looks like. Once you download that, you can open it up. And moving forward, whenever you meet, new people that you want to add to your CRM database, first time you open this, you're going to obviously log in and it'll have access to everything you have on KvCore. Everything will be linked together. Same for the open house app. Okay, but we'll have that conversation on another Tech Tuesday. But there's no automatic way, I know, as of yet, to do this. I'm sure there's a way to, automatically have your phone contacts sync to KvCore. But moving forward, instead of always having to do a backup and, uploading that file to KvCore, you can just come straight to the KvCore app on your phone. And you can actually go to the contacts tab at the bottom. I don't know if you guys see that. And then you can tap the plus right here. And oh, it looks like Blake signed up. This is an amazing example. So it looks like 2 people already texted or maybe signed up on the website, but everything is linked. Okay, everything you do on KvCore will link up right here. So you can just add people straight from the app by pressing the plus. Actually, no, I take that back. The plus at the top right, not the blue plus. So once you press plus, it'll let you populate all those fields, first name, last name, the contact type, fill all this stuff in, and then you can press save. And then that's automatically in the system. That way you don't always have to do a backup. But either method will work, whatever works best for you, okay? But that's a long answer to your question. All right, so we got one more person joining. Welcome, Denise. So let's go back to our presentation. Okay, so yeah, do we have any more questions before we move on to the next section? Everyone, all the Apple users looking good? You guys are my favorite. All right, next section. So we know how to import contacts from Android. We know how to import from iOS devices. You also might have contacts on, third-party software such as cold calling, dialers. I use Mojo Dialer. I've heard great things about RedX and Vulkan. Not sure if you guys use any of these guys to cold call, or maybe you have other software that I don't know about. This is just a few that I just put on there just for the sake of the presentation. But every third-party app out there should have an export feature. Okay, depending on what app it is, obviously we can't go through every single app. I don't have every single app, but if you need help with that, you can always contact me and I can walk you through it. And if you don't feel comfortable at all, just give me a call and we can figure something out and I'll help you guys transfer all of that. Yeah, I'll do that for you guys. So yeah, this is for third-party applications. So just know it is possible. You just gotta figure it out through their specific menu. You can always reach out to me and we can find some one-on-one time, or just call me if you want me to do it for you and we can talk about that for sure. Okay, let's see. So we are right about at the closing mark, but I want to show you guys really quickly how to create email templates with the advanced editor. So this is something I think I'll finish up maybe on the next Tech Tuesday and talk about something else too. But this is super important right here because you want to keep in touch with all the clients in your CRM, automatically send them emails, text messages, and schedule calls with them. because that's really the power of KvCore. It's a personal assistant for you working around the clock, for free if you're with EXP, because you get this program for free. So taking advantage of it is should be a no-brainer. Okay, so we're going to learn how to create these email templates right now. Let's go ahead and go back to KvCore. Let's see. All right, I'm going to cancel this. We're going to go to the marketing section. So this is how you access smart campaigns and email templates. So if you go under marketing, you're going to go to smart campaigns from the drop down, or you could just click on marketing and click on smart campaigns right here. Both ways will work. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. Okay, so I want to show you guys how to create a template. I'm going to speed through this a little bit, but again, we'll talk about this in depth maybe next time and finish this up. But you can create amazing email templates and use them as shortcuts for future communication with clients. So I went ahead and built one up for you guys. It is called newsletter. I think everyone should have some type of newsletter going out there, you know, every week or maybe even every month, probably every month, because every week might be a little bit too much, just to stay in touch with clients and, you know, inform them about what's going on in the market, or maybe tips on buying a house, selling a house. I'm compiling a bunch of different email templates, and maybe I'll share that with you guys. For those of you guys who signed up on the landing page right here, this is the kind of emails I'll be sending out, you know, things you can send out to clients to generate leads and nurture them. So for those of you guys who joined late, I'll go over that link very shortly, but you can sign up on this website right here, which is linked to my KvCore. This will allow me to notify you about all of these great things you see on the screen right here. Okay, so I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back right here. So this right here, this section, by the way, we're in is the smart campaign section. And under here, you have your campaigns under the My Campaigns tab. KvCore library is where you can find already made smart campaigns. And I'm talking about smart campaigns. I didn't even say what they are. So smart campaigns, for those of you guys who don't know, is a way to basically program KvCore to perform certain actions for you automatically. And it can do so at the interval of your choosing. For instance, you can have a smart campaign that consists of, you know, keeping in touch with people who visited your open house. As a matter of fact, if we go to my campaigns right here, let me show you guys a smart campaign I showed you in a previous Tech Tuesday. I think I called it Open House. Right here, this campaign called Tech Tuesday Open House, there it is. So if I open this up, this is what smart campaigns look like. So you can have it set whenever you activate this, and this can be activated in a multitude of ways. You can have it activate automatically for clients who get added to your CRM and have a specific hashtag. So say, for instance, when we uploaded all of these contacts to our CRM, and under the hashtag field, we had put, you know, hashtag open house or something like that. This smart campaign would have been automatically assigned to them. And in the same way, under that field also, when you import contacts, you have the option to automatically assign a smart campaign to them. But there's multiple ways you can gather leads into your KvCore. People can sign up on your website. They can sign in through the Open House app. They can just, you know, stumble upon your website and try and see a home valuation tool on there and then provide their info. There's multitudes of ways people can get added to your database. And upon entry, you can have it set up so they have a specific hashtag, you know, bind it to them. And if that specific hashtag is, you know, your trigger for a specific smart campaign, it will automatically start for them. So going back to the example, anyone who signs up to my open house can have a hashtag added to them. Again, this is a lot of information, but we'll talk about all this stuff in future Tech Tuesdays. But by them using that, they can get a hashtag called open house attached to them. And once that registers into your system, they'll get added to the a smart campaign. For this case, it would be called Tech Tuesday Open House. And 5 hours from the time they get entered into the system, they will get sent a text that I've called initial point of contact. And this would be from me to the contact. And if I click on edit right here, you'll see what this text will say. KvCore will automatically fill in their name under between these brackets. It'll say, hi, thank you for visiting my open house. Can I be of assistance? So this is 5 hours from the moment they, checked into your open house. And then next up, they'll have an email. So this is day one. 1 day from the moment they signed in, you can have KvCore automatically email them, and you can write all this up. This is just a template, but you could say whatever you want. You can say, hey, thank you for visiting the open house yesterday, et cetera, et cetera. Do you need help from me looking at specific areas? The sky's the limit. And then day two, you can have KvCore actually remind you to call them. Okay, if you notice these columns, there's a time column, method, the name of whatever action it is, from, and then to. So you can assign tasks to yourself. In this case, on day two, KvCore will notify me, hey, call this specific prospect, okay? And that's what that is, from the system being KvCore to me. And that's an action I would need to perform. So this is basically what a smart campaign is: structured actions that you program KvCore to do on your behalf automatically. And you kind of just set these up and let them do their thing. Okay. So the great thing is you can combine newsletter email templates with smart campaigns and have these automatically go out to clients. And you could just sit back and just collect all the leads, people who reply to those emails or click on the links within them. So I'm going to go back to the template. And this is the one I built for you guys. It's called your weekly newsletter. This is just the subject of the email. So if I click on edit right here, you can make these beautiful. This is very simple. I just put this together very quickly, but you can make things like these in KvCore with just a few clicks of a button. I uploaded my little logo. Hey, bracket first name. So KvCore will auto-populate this for me. Remember, all this is automatic. I don't have to do anything. KvCore will replace this section with their name. It'll have this quick little section about me, and then give them a quick tip about selling their property. And this one I'm saying, price is really important. Text me for a CMA so we can get a valuation of your property. And then there's a button right here where they can click on that could lead to my website, your personal website, a YouTube video, whatever you want it to be. So you can, the great idea I had while actually building this is you can create email templates like these. You can create 10 of these in one sitting, or, a few of these, maybe 10 might be a little bit too much. Create as many of these as possible, and then add them all to a smart campaign. So this email template that I just created right here, if we go to my my campaigns and I go to add campaign, this is how you actually create a smart campaign. So under this section, let me go back. I feel like I went a little too fast there. Under the my campaign section, you would click on add campaign. And this right here just tells KvCore how you want this smart campaign to get triggered, how you want it to get started. So when a lead is new into your system, if you check this and a brand new lead is added to your system from a specific source, it could be through your website, through importing leads into your system like we just did. Let's see, it looks like someone might not be muted. Oop. All right, remember you could put questions in the chat, or just remember to mute your mic if it's by accident. So you can have smart campaigns automatically trigger when a lead is new. And if you choose that, you can select the source from which you would like to have this smart campaign triggered. It could be a lead import, manually adding people, paid marketing, a track call. It could be when a contact is transferred. So this is referring to, you know, if you're in a team and somebody assigns a specific contact to you and transfers it to you, you can have the smart campaign automatically get added to them. Or it could be when a new lead is added and they have a specific hashtag attached to them upon entry, this will get added to them, or a specific date happens. You know, you have plenty of triggers you can work with to make this smart campaign happen. And you can even add your own and select, you know, your own type of logic if you want to get really advanced. Down here, you can also choose to have it not have a trigger so that you can manually add this smart campaign to contacts you want to add it to. There's a way to do that also. I can show you really quickly. And down here, you have the always run section. This just means that if a smart campaign already has if a contact already has a smart campaign attached to it, if this is set to yes, this will still get added on top of that smart campaign. So they would have two campaigns going on. If this is set to no, and KvCore tries to add that smart campaign based on whatever triggers you have right here, it's actually not going to add it on top of that, okay? So if you don't want 10 smart campaigns to be running for one person, you could put no here. Or if you don't mind having your contacts on multiple different smart campaigns, you could put yes right here. Locked here just means whether or not you want to give access to your team members to this smart campaign. If you're not on a team, this will not matter. But if you are, then setting this to no means anyone on your team can access this. Setting it to yes means it's just for you to use. Okay, and then if you click next, you can choose who this is designed for, buyer, seller, renter, or just everyone. You can choose one or the other or multiple. Here you can choose a name for the campaign you create, a description of it, and then I'll just put something on here. Test, and then if you go next, you can review all of the information you provided. So this specific campaign I just made up right now doesn't have any triggers. So I'm gonna press finish, and that will create my test campaign. Okay, so if I search up test right here, if we search test, we should get that to pop up. I may have multiple test campaigns, hopefully. Yeah, I have two of them. So if I click on the campaign we just made, as you can see, there's no campaign actions as of yet. So the way to add those email templates we create, you would come up here to add action, and then you can click on email because it's an email template that I showed you. And once you click on that, it'll open up this menu right here for you to add a template, or you can create one straight from the screen. Templates just make it easier to add actions. So that template I made is called it TT07. This just means Tech Tuesday 07. So I could click on here and boom, that will auto populate right here. Okay, so you can pre-make a lot of these, add them up right here under your smart campaign. And remember, these fields right here, this is not what the client will see. The client will just see their name. This is just codes to KvCore to fill in the specific client's name. You can add a name to this to the action. Sorry, we could put day one email. Okay, and then from here we are sending this email to a client, so it's going to be from the agent to the contact. And then if we flick this on right here, run immediately, this will send this email out immediately when the smart campaign gets added to the contact. If you want to wait a certain amount of time before this gets sent out, this is where you would do that. You would go under the time unit. You could choose minutes, hours, or days. Let's say we want to send this email out 1 day from the moment they get the smart campaign assigned to them. I'll just choose days and then just choose however many days I want. So I'll put 1 day and I'll save this change. And then there you go. this smart campaign now has one action. You can go ahead and add as many actions as you want. So this is very powerful. And again, I know this is a lot of information. We're running out of time, but you can add as many of these as you want. You can create up to 50 email templates with different tips for buyers or sellers, and then space them out every single month. I could create another one of these right now, choose the same template or maybe a different one. Boom. And then change up the text and then have it be sent, 30 days from that moment. I'll just fill this in with Gibber. Agent to contact and then save. So now we have two different actions under the smart campaign. Anyone that I add the test smart campaign to on day 1 will receive this first email. On day 30, they'll receive the second email, and 60, 90, 120, et cetera, you can pile these actions up and assign it to as many people as you want. And you can just sit down and just have emails going left and right, keep in touch with all of your leads, all the agents, every single one in your database, and always be at the forefront of anyone's thinking when they're thinking about real estate, because they get your emails every single time. And they're beautifully crafted with the editor. We don't have much time for me to go through how I went ahead and built this, but I'll make sure to cover that on the next Tech Tuesday, hopefully. And also have that as a video for you to refer to at any time. But doing this is extremely powerful, and I encourage all of you guys to, learn a little bit more about smart campaigns and email newsletters and whatnot. You already know how to import your contacts, so take advantage of all this cool stuff. And remember, I'm always here to help out. You can email me, you can text me, or call me, and I will walk you through this, or you can always tune in to the YouTube channel and watch all of this cool stuff. Okay, so I'm going to close out here. So now we learn how to create email templates. Very short, briefly. Any questions about that? I know it was very quick, but is there any burning questions about smart campaigns? It was a lot of information. Okay. If not, and then the third section was creating a smart campaign. We went through that very quickly also, but again, we'll touch on this a little bit more. And then that, any questions about smart campaigns or emails? Going once, going twice. All right. Okay. Yeah, so this is pretty much everything. So I'm leaving, this section is up to you guys to provide any shares, anything you want to talk about. Next Tech Tuesday, maybe. Also, before we close out, for any of you guys that joined a little bit late, let me go ahead and post this link in the chat so that I can stay in touch with you and send you these via email. Oh. All right. So everyone, the link I just posted in the chat will take you to this screen right here. And if you provide your email, I can send you guys updates as far as, when videos go live after our live streams. I can send you tips on how to work KvCore and other apps. Or I can send you reminders with, Zoom links straight to your inbox so that you can join these meetings, or maybe other meetings that might not be Tech Tuesdays that are very resourceful. But yeah, that's where we are. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I hope you guys enjoy the little polls. I'll try to do a little bit more of those so that we can all engage and be part of this amazing group. Do we have any shares, any last minute questions? Anyone? Okay, that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Frank, are you still here?
Yes, I am.
Awesome, Frank.
Am I on?
To you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very, very much, Coach Kane, for blowing our minds here. All helpful stuff. Probably things that a lot of folks realtors for sure aren't thinking of all these cool applications. And actually next week, I think maybe we delve into that virtual staging application.
Yeah.
I think agents would really appreciate that and not even know that they have it available to them.
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you so much, Coach Kane. And for everyone out there, before we go, remember tomorrow is Coach Renee with appraisal or comp Wednesdays to show you how to figure out values, whether it's for a seller or for a buyer. That's especially valuable. All of these things, we're trying to bring the best value possible to you and give you the edge out there, because the market, obviously everyone knows that it has shifted, but there are things that you can do to give yourself the edge. So thank you all very much, and we will see you tomorrow, same place, same time.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.